Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, Albay Public Safety and Emergency Management Office APSEMO head Dr. Cedric D. Diep confirmed that the National Economic and Development Authority NEDA has recommended limiting land use and declaring no build zone for barangays within the 6-kilometer radius permanent danger zone PDC of Mayon volcano. According to Diep, this step has long been recommended to prevent repeated evacuations of residents living within the PDC. It is expected that once this recommendation is submitted to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan ng Albay and an ordinance is passed, the number of families to be evacuated in case of volcanic eruption will decrease. In other story, Bicol region will soon have 9 new fire stations equipped with fire trucks, which are expected to reduce the response time to fire incidents. Budget Undersecretary Goddess Hope Libiran confirmed the allocation of funds to the Bureau of Fire Protection BFP under a program to construct fire stations in various municipalities across the country. Although the DBM had no data on the regional distribution of the 550 million pesos, BFP Regional Director Chief Superintendent Ricardo Perdigon revealed that their share of the revenue has already been released to the region. Perdigon assured that the BFP can build these stations within a year, provided that the LGUs can provide the necessary land for construction. In other story, the provincial government of Camarines Norte has opened a kiosk to showcase the products made by persons with disabilities or PWDs. Governor Ricardo Padilla announced that the kiosk is part of the program aimed at empowering PWDs who are an essential part of the society's development and should not be neglected. Padilla pledged to provide seed capital for the program and will make it an institutionalized initiative. The inauguration of the kiosk was led by PWD Representative Maria Rowena Amelia Gonzon, who emphasized the importance of inclusivity and empowerment and how such initiatives can significantly improve the lives of PWDs. In the national scene, the earthquake in Taiwan will not have any effect on the active fault lines in the Philippines, the director of the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology said on April 3. According to Dr. Teresito Baculcol, earthquakes are random events, and the earthquakes in the Philippines will not be affected by the fault activity in Taiwan. Baculcol said there are local fault lines in Batanes, but they are not connected to those in Taiwan. Likewise, he clarified that the magnitude 5.1 earthquake in Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur, Wednesday, was an aftershock of the magnitude 7.4 earthquake in the province in December, and is not in any way connected to the Taiwan quake. In other story, the Davao City Police on Wednesday, April 3, served the arrest warrants issued by the Regional Trial Court against Kingdom of Jesus Christ founder, Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, and his co-accused in their sexual abuse and child abuse cases. Officers went to the KOJC headquarters to serve the warrant, Davao Region Police Chief, Police Brigadier General Alden Delvo said. Kibuloy's lawyer, Ferdinand Topacio, earlier said they would prepare to avail of all judicial remedies and thus refrain from specifically commenting on the aforementioned issues out of respect to the courts. He urged other parties to exhibit some sense of common decency by doing the same. Topacio added, without offering proof, that some powerful individuals were hell-bent on persecuting Kibuloy. In other news, more than 1 million students on Wednesday, April 3 have been affected by the suspension of in-person classes by schools in areas that have been experiencing extreme heat. A report from the Department of Education DepEd shows that 3,954 schools from 12 regions have made the declaration to shift to alternative mode of teaching, which includes modular learning and online classes, affecting 1,393,806 students. Meanwhile, Assistant Secretary Francis Bringas asked its regional officers to adjust the outdoor activities of students and ensure potable water in schools. And in the news outside the country, Indonesia Foreign Minister Retno Marsudi on Wednesday, April 3, said Pope Francis was planning a visit to the predominantly Muslim countries, and discussions were ongoing with the Vatican about the trip. The Vatican's Foreign Affairs Minister, Archbishop Paul Gallagher, in an interview last month with Jesuit magazine America, said Pope Francis planned to visit Indonesia, Singapore, East Timor, Papua New Guinea in early September, and possibly Vietnam. The Vatican has yet to confirm dates for the Asia trip, which would be one of the most taxing for Francis, who is 87 and whose health has been poor recently, forcing him to cancel some engagements, including some Easter events last week. In other story, the United States and Britain on Monday, April 1, announced a new partnership on the science of artificial intelligence safety, amid growing concerns about upcoming next-generation versions. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo and British Technology Secretary Michelle Donelan signed a Memorandum of Understanding in Washington to jointly develop advanced AI model testing, following commitments announced at an AI Safety Summit in Bletchley Park in November. Under the formal partnership, Britain and the United States plan to perform at least one joint testing exercise on a publicly accessible model and are considering exploring personnel exchanges between the institutes. Both are working to develop similar partnerships with other countries to promote AI safety. And finally, in the news outside the country, the U.S. Cyber Safety Review Board said on Tuesday, April 2, a targeted Chinese hack of top government officials' emails last year was preventable, faulting technology giant Microsoft for its cybersecurity lapses and a deliberate lack of transparency. The board said in its report that it identified a series of decisions taken by Microsoft that had decreased enterprise security, risk management, and trust from the customers to protect their data and operations. The intrusion, which stemmed from the compromise of the Microsoft engineer's corporate account, was done by Storm 0558, a hacking group affiliated with the People's Republic of China. The board recommended Microsoft to develop and make security-focused reforms across all its products. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, April 4, 2024. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, Francois Boras, and on the technical side, Chad Bobbies. And of course, our Provincial Information Officer, Attorney Mary Luduca Castillo, and under the supervision of our Governor, Attorney Edsel Drexlagman, I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing.